Alright, hello everybody, we're back playing Blue Prince. This is day 2, later in the night. Still playing the first day of its launch. Having a bit of a coffee, which may be ill-advised, but here I am. I felt quite tired at the end of the last session, maybe because I was thinking. I don't know what I'd be thinking about. It wasn't that draining, but I suppose maybe it was. There's a lot going on with this game, and maybe I'm thinking a little too hard about some of it, but maybe not. Same information. Oh, I need to adjust something. Apologies. Okay. Same information. All right. So we once again start in the entrance hall. We have a red letter, which I guess we got at the end of the last session, the end of the last day. We got a bedroom, we got a spare room, we got a breaker box. So breaker box didn't seem, it seems like it could do something cool. It turned on, what room was it now that I'm thinking about it? Was it garage? I think you could turn on the garage with the breaker box, but we've not seen the garage yet. The bedroom, whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps. I didn't realize it was whenever, so that's actually really good, especially early on, theoretically, when we have many possibilities going back and forth. So let's do the bedroom, which I don't know if we've done this classic bedroom before. Maybe we have. I do like the drawing of the hands with the prayer beads. Some sort of a necklace, maybe with like a moon emblem. Sorry, adjusting my positioning of my desk. All right. So once again, we are in Reddington. We got a key. I believe this is again the Mount Holly Estate. Picture of a crowbar. I am very much starting to worry that these drawings mean something, and these chess pieces. I didn't quite notice the statue until now. That is quite the unique statue. Let's go onwards. I think early storerooms are good, but looking at this map is kind of scary. How much money do we got? We actually have no money. So if we enter the chapel, we lose nothing. Got a bishop chess piece in here, because of course we do. Any monies on or behind the pews? It's looking like no. Just go further. Not exactly sure what we're trying to accomplish. I mean, other than getting to the 46th room, of course. Got a key here with this nook. We already have a key. I've still not taken a lavatory, and I still fail to see why we would want to. Just go to the bathroom outside before you enter the building. Doors in the west wing more likely to be locked. We already have that information. I have my Discord open. Items for sale, but requires a gem. Now, unfortunately, this is making a dead end. No matter what we do here, and we're actually cutting off a piece of the map. The lower left section is now cut off, inaccessible. I wonder if that means we cannot get to the 46th room. Does that imply? I mean, quick maths. It's 5. It's 9. That is 45 rooms, so like I guess you would go to the 46th over here if you filled out the rest of the chambers. Is that how that works? Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5. Or more money in the pantry and we go deeper. I don't think we need the nursery yet. Is my logic there? The pantry gives you 2 steps because of the apple. I wonder if that means we... because this is the grocery list, right? So we need 4 more apples, 5 bananas, and 5 oranges. Alright. Let's try to get this money spent. Thought I saw something. Light up, perhaps not, though. Parlor security. Spare room. Is the parlor the dartboard? No, the parlor was the 3 chests. I kind of want to go to security. I've never seen this before. View inventory of all items currently in the house. Oh. Got like a cutscene. Okay, setting quite the tone. I believe our character's name is Simon. I'm not very good with names. Let's be real. With myself, anyway. Okay, getting glimpses of various rooms. Look at that. You know there's gonna be a puzzle with that piano. It's me. I'm on TV. Blue memos equal true. Red memos equal lie, unless written by hand. That's huge information. And I think this might be a blue memo, because at the top it has blue. This Discord channel that I'm making is gonna just be a mess. I have deleted the Christmas photo, because I solved that puzzle at the end of the last one. Okay, we can interact with this terminal. Welcome to Mount Holly Security. Press enter. The following is a detailed list of the items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. This list will be updated as new rooms are added. Okay. Keycard system. Security doors are doors within the estate that can only be unlocked with the electronic keycard. The keycard system is currently operational. Keycard system settings. Return to security. You should expect to see 1 or 2 security doors with low setting and 5 or 6 with... Offline mode locked. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working on the estate. Okay. And there's no, like, no security, right? It's high, medium, or low. Okay, well, we're definitely doing this. Turn security down and unlock offline mode, I suppose. And then maybe that means that we can access some additional things in future. Okay, well they really want a whole password here, eh? Okay. What else we got here? Because it kind of just made me step inside. Now I'm wondering, is this a red memo? Is this a blue memo? We also had a red memo earlier. Sorry, I alt-tabbed over it. And it was the commissary will be closed from day 12 to 16. That was the only other one that I took a picture of. If these are indeed the memos spoken of. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. So if this is false, then that means the antechamber has been locked and access levers are required to grant entry. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Well, isn't that the same thing? Isn't that redundant? I guess that's that's why it says it. Okay. So more keys and keycard required the more north you go. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all... Oh, you already know this one. Yeah, okay. Oh, right, the password. House manager Mrs. Babbage. Unfortunately, I can't quite see enough. I swear this says ING at the end. But it's around the middle. Like, this could be a W. What's Gramps' name? Man, I watched someone open up the initial cutscene. Wait, I might have that tab still open. I don't. Why do I have this tab open? What the heck's going on here? That's unfortunate. Great uncle, what's your name? I'm legit might pull up that video in a second. Or pull up my own video even. You won't hear this, which is for the best, I believe. Yeah. So the opening cutscene. Oh, I just saw it. Sinclair. That's not quite close enough. Maybe it's his middle name. Herbert S. Sinclair. Apologies that you're not really watching anything, but honestly, I think that's unfortunately kind of how the game works. So it's either you're with that idea or you're against it. We're back though. All right. Starts with S, ends with ING. Seems to be something that we can at least go with for now. I swear, I'm gonna feel real silly when I see it because it doesn't feel that complicated. To give us the most possibilities, let's go this way next. The door is locked. Okay, well, let's go this way next. Again, I wish that we could figure out which way requires a key or not. Guest bedroom there, or lavatory. Or the corridor. I don't understand why it always left unlocked. I guess that means that the other door is always unlocked. So it won't be a dead end for us. We don't need the footsteps, and I kind of don't really want the corridor necessarily. Let's try the lavatory for the first time. Use the toilet? No. Alright, well, this is kind of why I feared about using the lavatory. Or rather, drafting it, as I don't see the purpose here. This is a nice-ish lavatory for a security room. Yeah, I don't quite see anything else in here, so I guess we have to move on. That is unfortunate, but I didn't realize that you could do this. There's a directory of all the room types. The various bedrooms, the hallways, the green rooms, shops and red rooms. Interesting. Okay. That's some info. Let's continue, I suppose. And we will use the key. We'd like to get some gems for sure. No courtyard for us as a result. We will get a key back if we go to the nook here. We could go this way to the nook. I don't want it to be a dead end. I'm drinking this coffee some more. I don't know if it's a bad idea or not. I might be zooming later and not being able to sleep. Got our key. I said got our key. Okay. Spent a key to get a key is not too bad. Especially if we're progressing. I like that they just tell you. That you should probably have a book. Alright, here is a perfect room for us. Gives us many options and a gem. Nice little gemerald. Okay. So unfortunately, if we want to move upwards, we have to go this way and make a left. I'm a little worried we might not see a left way coming up. Let's actually just kind of play around down here a little bit. We have a lot of steps. See what else we can find. Let's do the parlor here. Once again, pull this. Basic logic puzzle. One or two of these is lying. We have to figure out which. The gems are not in the white box. The gems are not in this box. The gems are in this box. Always be at least one box that displays only false statements. There'll always be at least one box which displays only true statements. Only one box has a prize. Other two are always empty. Okay, let's say the gems are not in this box, even though it says it is. Let's say this is lying. Which means the gems cannot be in this box. Unless this is lying too. Which would mean this is telling the truth. So it could be the blue box, actually. Now let's do the same exercise. If this is lying, then the gems are in this box. And if this is lying, then the gems are not in this box, which means that that is correct. And if this is lying, the gems are not in the white box, which is incorrect. Now, if they're all telling the truth, gems are not in this box. Gems are in this box. Gems are not in the white box. I might be short-circuiting myself. Gems are not in the white box, and if it's lying, then the gems are in the white box. Simple as that. I like that they gave me the easy one right away to make me feel smart. Now I'm like, I don't know how to suss this out. The problem is one or two of them are lying, so it really is like... Like, these two could be telling the truth. And this one's lying. The gems are not in the white box. Which would mean that it's in the white box. Which would mean that this has to be lying too. So those two could be lying. And it is in the white box. Which means this has to be lying too. So that actually doesn't make sense. It cannot be in the white box as a result. Right? If this is lying, it has to be in the white box. If this is lying, then it has to be in the white box. If this is lying, then it cannot be. Or, sorry, it can be in the white... Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my damn mind. It's late. This third coffee has yet to kick in. Give me a sec, give me a sec. Let me think this. Because, okay, all three of them cannot be telling the truth and all three of them cannot be lying. That's the rub, right? I'm done thinking. Very early on, this happens to me in Phasmophobia, where I'll just get like a hunch, and very early on I had whatever logic I had where I was like, wait a minute, it could just be the blue box. And that stuck with me this whole time, to the point where like I didn't want to think it through again, and I was just like, we're taking the blue box. And hey, it worked out. I hope next time it's slightly easier, and maybe I can understand a little bit better. Ooh. 1 star for each time you've drafted an observatory. Well, you have to start drafting an observatory to continue them, I guess. The Fixed Stars, the Stargazer's Companion to Constellations by Richard Witt and Aries. Bird and Sons Publishing, 1809. Got a preface. This book contains a complete starbase, a list of constellations and the observed effect that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, and sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. Now, we also had a message earlier that was like, be on the lookout for bolded messages. Maybe I should have saved that one. I guess I didn't. Oh no, it's the song here. Among the bold words spoken soft, a note is read. I'm gonna copy number of stars here, this paragraph. North Star, +1 bold. Oh, it's just gonna be a list here. The Twins, the Slice. Diamondus Minor, Southern Cross. Okay, so it's like a legend, I suppose, if we use it theoretically. Do we know how to use it? Looking like the answer is maybe no. Oh, we're stuck. Help! 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 Let's put it back. And then hit this wheel. We actually have to send it up one more time, I think. Oh, and we have to send it forward. This is definitely not the most efficient way of doing this, especially since I just sent it down. That's good enough, right? It's looking up. Nice little drawing there. Also, this room has like a knight in it. A chess knight. Okay, can I see? We got the one North Star, gain $1. Okay. Not upset. Spin the globe. Spin the globes. Fun. Okay, and we're back at the start. Incidentally, one way or another. Seemed like a little bit of a decent route there. Again, we did lock off the bottom left corner. Hopefully we don't make ourselves too much of a dead end here. Unfortunately, no matter what it kind of is, unless we take the spare room, so I think we have to. Let's do that. This will be the first time we take in a spare room. Maybe there's something in here. And of course, the answer is no. Alright. Keys for sale we don't need. The locksmith is interesting though. It's a dead end though, as well. Commissary is probably good. Wine cellar dead end is also interesting. We have 2 gems. Because we already have the commissary, I'm gonna take the wine cellar. Okay, well, we found this 10 thing again. The sticky note said without on it. I don't understand if that is supposed to mean anything. Got a crest here. Coat of arms. Apologies for sniffling in your ear. I don't know what it is. I got a stuffy nose at the end of the last episode. I was hoping the tea would help me get through this little bit of congestion, but not necessarily the case. Okay, so let's take this door here. These are all dead ends. We might be cooked, folks. I was hoping the commissary would spawn the other way around, and it did not. This run might be over already. Salt shaker. Whenever you eat food and gain an extra. Okay. Well, at least we know what that is. This kind of sucks. Have we taken the nursery yet? I don't think we have. The Red Prince by Marion Marigold. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up, for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story he had read in the bath and in the bed. And maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It's this book. It was a story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book we just read. Oh, that was very cute. I enjoyed that. Give me that dice. Parry of Ivory Dice. While drafting, you may reroll. Well, game, I think it might be a little late for that, because, I don't know what to do now. I believe I got myself soft locked. Yeah. That really sucks. There's gotta be a secret right there, right? We started getting some resources and it's just not enough. Half the reason why I didn't pick the commissary and the wine cellar, because the commissary was leading this way, is because I was like, oh, if I take this dead end here, maybe it won't give me more dead ends later. And then when I thought maybe the commissary would be shaped the same way and would be leading upwards if I saw it later. That was literally my thinking, because I knew I had to open up this door and it was in the same orientation. That's kind of frustrating. So I guess we call it a day. Gonna drink more of this coffee, I suppose. I'll start drinking my water. Like, we did get more intel. All right, we'll do another day here. Day 3. Jour 3. All right. Where do we begin? We begin by opening up a door, of course. Okay, so these are both very good to have, of course, the nook or the den. Let's go with the den to start, because I feel like having at least one gem opens up a lot of potential, and doors or keys are less likely to be necessary until we get to further. Let's continue to the corner. Again, I'm sorry, I'm stuffy. Um, I guess we take the bedroom in this case. And again, we can walk through this room for free if necessary. Unfortunately, not a whole lot going on in here though. All right, onwards. Let's go with the billiard room because it has a puzzle. And we're back. These pictures are different. So I wonder if all the pictures, all the drawings are different. And also, so is the puzzle here. So maybe we can figure out this one. 20. We got 1 and 2. So again, the last time we clicked 4 and we had 5 and 6. So this, the logic is still very similar. So if we add 1 and 2, we get 3. This might be like the best seed we can look for, maybe. Now, why would it go to 19 and 14 is my question. We had 3. But if we're doing the same math that we did last time, 19 minus 14 is 5. And it worked. So now the question is, if it is multiplication, which it appears it would be, because if you come over here, multiplication's after the minus, or after the subtraction symbol. What if we need to reduce these numbers into like a simpler form? So if we add the 1, 1 together, it's actually 2. If we add the 1, 3 together, it's actually 4. And in that case, it would be 2 times 4 equals 8. And that is not the case. Now I'm sneezing. Is this the same numbers that we had last time? Yeah, because it was 2 and 4 is what I was calling them. I still don't understand why one is gold and the other is like a teal. Well, I think this is gonna stump us a little bit for now. Again, that's fine though. I feel like as we explore, there's gonna be more rooms that'll teach us things. I think early security is probably pretty good, but so is early drawing room. That said, I don't quite know the big appeal of early security. Because there's no immediate benefit, right? We don't know the password. And even if we see the inventory, like the last time we checked the inventory, it appeared to be things like only confirm rooms, right? Let's take the drawing room. Man, the drawing room makes me suspicious of like, now I gotta be on the lookout for these. Um, have the parlor again. I think it's worth trying the parlor. It's also a passage room, so we're not gonna get stuck at least. The blue box is true. This box is empty. You are in the parlor. Okay, well, the two boxes could be true, which means that this one has to be false, which means that this one has the gem in it. This one literally cannot be false. We're in the parlor. And likewise with this one. This one's very easy then. Very, very easy. Give me that. Okay. That was fun. Another security opportunity. We could just go with the storeroom and end this little path. Take our key with us. 2 items is pretty good though too. We are kind of short, like I do feel like a key is probably a pretty good idea. You know what? Let's take closet. Let's see what other items we can get. Gemerald. The heck is that? Night mask? Sleep mask. First time you enter each bedroom with the sleep mask, gain 5 steps. Okay. Gives us a little more longevity. Okay, we're making stuff happen at the very least. No dead ends, or like no... We got a dead end, but like nothing sad going on with our mapping. Our mapping looks really good. So let's continue with that, perhaps. We don't have a lot of money. Don't really want to use the hallway like this. Also don't really want to use the bedroom like that, I'll be real. But we will get like 15 steps, which is kind of crazy. And then we can go all the way around, but then that kind of makes things scary for later. Does every room have to be played, is my question? Because if so, maybe we should just put the guest bedroom here. Let's do it. Especially because we just got the night mask. Yeah, we have way more steps than before. A navigational compass. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Oh, sick. Okay, so this is where it tells you. As always, I enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. A lot of steppies all of a sudden, so let's head backwards, I suppose. Past the puzzle. Past this bedroom. We also got our night mask proc there, so we have even more steps. And let's check out what's in here. Might be time to do security. Just to give us many options as possible, and it's just a better hallway, really. It does seem like these more advanced rooms have bishops or knights in them. I wonder if maybe the bishops are red rooms and the knights are these like blue rooms. I guess, I don't know. Okay. Furnace. You're more likely to draw red rooms while drafting. I don't know if that's a good thing. And I'm also under the impression that perhaps you won't see rooms again if you already picked them. If I had money, I would be fine with taking the commissary, but there's no reason to take it right now. I'm curious about the furnace. It's a card we haven't seen before, so we have to take it. I feel like. We do have a spot we can dig. In here. Nothing else though, eh? Really just a dead end. Dead room. Alright. A little unfortunate, but it is what it is. We can just continue this way. This is our last pathing option, so we cannot screw this up. While drafting, you will no longer be able to see all 3 of your potential floor plans. Or whenever you enter the gymnasium, lose 2. Well, we gotta take the gym, I think, here. Nothing special going on in here. Not even a chess piece? I feel like there's gotta be one hiding in the window or something. Alright, let's go this way. Maid's chamber. Red rooms are bad. I didn't quite realize red rooms are curses. Wow. Well, we've not been to either the dark room or the maid's chambers. Let's go do the maid's chambers just because that's how it laid out. Even though that might be a mistake. Got a picture of the house staff, perhaps? Okay. I'll take a screenshot of this. This might be of some import. I was wondering if there'd be lore here. Is this a reference to Gone Home? The duck there? The Christmas duck? Staff noticed. The day we all dreaded has finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness that we inform you the death of our benefactor, employer master, Baron of Mount Holly at H.S. Sinclair. Any staff who have interest in attending services may contact Mrs. Babbage for details. In following the instructions left by the Baron himself, effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All live-in staff will have 1 month paid leave and must vacate the premises by Friday, November 6th. Okay. Whoa, okay. Okay, screw the utility closet. Greenhouse, you're more likely to draw green rooms, which should help offset our red room curse that we found ourselves in. The pool adds locker room, sauna, and pump room to today's draft pool, which would also be offsetting our curse. I'm curious if we had a shovel, greenhouse is the play, no question. But because we do not, we have to try the pool. That's my logic. And I'm sticking to it. Drafting pool rules. The draft pool is your deck of potential floor plans. Each time you draft, there are 3 random floor plans are drawn from the draft pool for you to select from. The odds of drawing a specific floor plan may differ depending on the room. Some rooms are more rare than others. Floor plans added to the draft pool are removed at the end of the day unless otherwise stated. No running. I was trying to run a little bit. Okay. Is this an item? Nope. What is this? Security door is locked by electronic keycard. Suppose that makes some sense. First time we've seen that. Aquarium is every color of room. Definitely not nursery. We could just do aquarium. I'm curious. Archives could be good too, but the red rooms scare me. I suppose this is considered a red room as well, though. I was hesitant about starting a second day here because it feels like this one might be going a little long. We'll see how this goes, though. Oh, speaking of shovel. Hey, immediate key. Let's go this way. And then we'll use the lavatory, I suppose. Nothing in here. Per usual. What do we got here? I kind of want to split it off with the pantry, if we can. Lose half your steps? That's crazy. Definitely not the weight room. What happens if I go this way? Oh yeah, I can't, because it's a key card. Okay, so we really got to be careful with our planning here. No apples this time. That's unfortunate. I mean, I guess it's not really that big of a deal. We have to use our key here. I feel like we're getting to the point where we're going to find ourselves trapped very soon. Because we just spent a key, we need to take this, I think, is my logic. Oh. I didn't realize that could be a thing. Okay, so note to self, there's a little foot chest there. Yeah, I had a feeling if I opened that, it didn't get a key back, we'd be stuck. Okay, so we have to take one of these two curse rooms. The dark room is worse than the archives, straight up, so we just take the archives. Maybe we'll find some cool information in here. Hang in there, kitty cat. August 2285. Marigold wins Herald Literary Honor. Popular children's writer Marigold adds yet another feather to her scholastic cap when she discovered on Thursday that her picture book, Swimbird, had been chosen as the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated Book of the Year. This is Marigold's second time winning this prestigious honor. Previous medal was, of course, for her debut effort, The Red Prince. She was no stranger to the public eye even before her literary success. The niece and closest living relation of Baron H.S. Sinclair, Mary began using Marigold as a pen name to free her from the political associations that one might make with the Sinclair family. Apologies, this reading's getting to me. It's getting a little late, I guess. Swimbird author never considered herself a success. She confided my son was the one that actually got me started writing. I'd always challenged myself to never tell him the same story twice at bedtime. And so we ran out of books we owned. My imagination had taken over from there. Marigold had elaborated in previous interviews that her debut book, Red Prince, hey, I called it without even realizing, is based on her son and his inflexible color of the love of the color red. A statement that has been held with much skepticism by the many pundits that viewed the book as a rather thinly veiled political critique of the Royalist Party and their unwavering, blind loyalty to the throne. Oh, there's more. Okay, so this is all in the span of a year so far. Publisher and author detained by Red Guard question. Caleb Manning and his publisher Philip White were 2 of the 3 dozen names that appeared in a leaked dossier naming them a person of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. Although no group has come forth to officially take responsibility of the attack, it is widely believed by authorities to be the work of the insurgent group RLCF, who also call themselves Children of Blackwater. Ruffington Press was quick to dismiss the rumors in a statement released on Friday, maintaining that the popular author and Mr. White were simply victims of an unfortunate happenstance, whatever that means. This will not be the first time that publishing house has defended a rogue employee. 3 years ago, an associate editor with the company was arrested for criminal conspiracy, though the charges were later dropped. Marigold drops publisher. Local author, popular personality Mary has announced a split with her longtime publishing partner, Ruffington Press, citing personal reasons. The announcement came after the arrest last week of fellow author and colleague Caleb Manning, who Mary has referred to as her mentor, friend, and confidant. Mary's the 3rd prominent writer to distance themselves from the publisher this week. Manning and White at the press function was seen at the corner suspicious bag. It's the 3rd major last year's anticipated charge by Manning was the last. Okay. Treason. All right, now like it's a year and a half later. No traces discovered of Cinca Eris, but search continues. Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator's fanciful stories written under the pen name Marion Marigold, was last seen by a close friend around 3:45 Friday, getting into a carriage after a late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. Miss Jones never arrived home, and the carriage driver could not be located. Family and local authorities are very concerned, but have not deemed the case foul play. It's an out-of-character incident. At this point, we're seeking information. Priceless jewels stolen in dramatic Royal Museum heist. Holy, this keeps going, eh? Thieves in the Royal Capity of the Fen Aries have broken into the Crown's fabled clothes exhibits. These lavish rooms have historically been reserved exclusively for the use of the aristocracy. Aristocracy? I haven't said this word ever, I don't think. Aristocracy. And high peerage. Another word I probably have not, or phrase I've not said. Access has never been granted to those outside noble circles, at least not until today, as local police and forensic experts have been spotted in virtually every corner of the museum grounds, dredging for clues. Museum authorities said they were alerted in the middle of the night by reports of several masked intruders seen breaching the south walls and brandishing firearms. The intruders broke into the museum, subdued by the Royal Guard and disabled by the security system. By the time the militia had arrived on the scene, the burglars had simply vanished. Although an official registry of the lost jewels has not been publicly announced, among the treasured artifacts rumored to be stolen is the renowned Ruby Crown. Oh my god. Ruby Crown of Orinda Aries. The priceless crown jewel whose material worth pales in comparison to the historic value. If these rumors are true, the evidence may suggest that the theft was politically motivated. Okay, so a couple questions. So the mom was implicated as being like part of this rebel group, perhaps. So that's why she distanced herself. She wasn't necessarily implicated, but her mentor was. She made a book called The Red Prince, which had thin veils to ideologies or political themes, I guess, and was based on your character that you play as, Simon, I believe is his name. The game is called Blueprints, which is interesting. The Ruby Crown of Orinda Aries, is that just gonna be the thing that's... is Sinclair involved with this heist? That's my question. There's a lot of reading there. I had to take off my headphones because my delay was getting a little... Speaking of, I can adjust that now. I could have adjusted it earlier, but I found it easier to read without it. Okay, we got a key card here to our west, a normal door to our east, and north as far as we can tell. I guess let's just go up if we can. Is there anything else in this building, in this room, I should say? Doesn't look like it. Oh, we are cursed because of the archive. I forgot about that. Let's just take spare room and go deep if we can. But this might be locked. Now that I think about it. Okay, so now I see the appeal of that one corridor. I'll be real. I get it now. It's also locked. Oh, where might be? I think we're done. Because we don't have a key card. We don't have a key card. We don't have any keys. We have $4. That's a key card door. Yeah, we're done. Because that's locked. That's locked. That's a key card door. Dang. Just like that. I was worried we might be here for a while with all the steps that we had, but honestly, I might, because we have so many steps, I'm going to, just before we call this as a video, I'm going to go back and see if we can play around with the dartboard a little bit. Obviously not the lavatory. Let's see. We didn't see any of these pool rooms. The draft pool is your deck with potential floor plans. Oh my god. Each time you draft 3 random floor plans are drawn from the draft pool for you to select from. Yeah, we know that. Floor plans added to the draft pool are removed at the end of the day. So I guess it's just clarifying that the pieces of the pool that we would have gotten are already going to be out of the draft by the time we finish this run. Is it over here? Yeah, they're both over here, both the puzzles. Okay. So again, it's plus, minus, multiplication, and division. You press 20. It gives you 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. Then once you have 3, it gives you 14 and 19. 14 minus 19 is negative 5. Or you can say 19 minus 14 is 5. Okay. 13 and 11. And now the question is, okay, like, $11 times 10. Like, I don't know. Does it want me to do 11 times 13 right here? 11 times 10 is 110, obviously. And then 11 times 3 is 33. Add those together. We got 143. What does that mean for me? You simplify those numbers. How, Sway? But you can add them together and maybe get 8? That's my guess. And no, it was not it. Because it has to be between 1 and 20, right? Like, it's a dartboard. I don't understand. I'm gonna run it one more time. Just because we can. And again, if I had the patience, I could brute force this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna make you guys watch that. I'm not gonna do it on the off camera or whatever either. Because I'd rather learn. And even if this type of puzzle never comes up again, you know? I still kind of want to figure out, or at least try to figure out the method to the madness. Is it like the difference between the two? Because in which case it would only be 2. So we say 2 times 5 is 10. And no, that doesn't work. All right, I think that might be it for now. I haven't like lost my patience for the game, but clearly my mind is unwilling for the moment. It's been a long day. So maybe I'll end this day, and we'll be on day 4 next time. Oh, cool! You can see your previous days. Ordinary Inn, Cozy Cottage. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, let's see what this day is. We'll call it. A little underwhelming, these past couple days. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it. It's not a great feeling getting, you know, these red cottages, these, you know, small little buildings compared to the potential that you can see. But I'm gonna stick with it for sure. I'm enjoying myself. I will play more tomorrow. So yeah, if you are enjoying this series as well, be sure to drop a like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see ya in the next one. Bye bye, folks. See ya.